Well, Casey Crater just said, look at the schedule. We're looking at the schedule. Illinois is this weekend, Mike. It's a home game where a couple things, I think. Last year they got upset by Illinois at home.
Really got hammered.
That's got to play on you. But what I look at is Joe Pud just got 408 wins. If he wins one more, puts him in the second place all time for wins. These players know that. It's a big game. There's going to be no let-up. This is a game. Plus, Illinois has not been playing so great. They lose to Purdue, which Penn State beat earlier a few weeks ago. This is a good win. I think they can beat Illinois. Then there's a bye week, and they get to rest up, heal up, and mentally prepare for Nebraska at home. Not an easy game, but I think it's winnable when you got the 12th man, the fans up there at State College. Ohio State, which they're getting better, they're getting their horses back, but this is a year to knock them off. This could be it. And Wisconsin at Wisconsin is going to be a tough one. How do you see the schedule folding out for the Nits?
Well, Illinois was undefeated and ranked like 11th or something like that, I think, 2 weeks ago, and then they really have collapsed since then. They lost and didn't do anything offensively at home against Ohio State 2 weeks ago, and last week lost to Purdue in what was really an upset. So at some point, Illinois is going to, at some point, the free fall is going to stop, and if you're Penn State, you hope it is not on Saturday, because Illinois is capable of beating Penn State. I think they're athletically and just in terms of the team they have, they're capable of beating Penn State. In fact, all of these teams that are remaining here are capable of beating Penn State, and I think Penn State is capable of beating 3 out of the 4. It's hard for me to imagine them going into Wisconsin and winning on the last day of the season when Wisconsin probably will be trying to clinch a division title or win a division title. That could be a division championship game in the new Big Ten setup, because remember, Penn State actually has a game-and-a-half lead in that division. Not just a game, because Wisconsin has one fewer game.
Okay.
So Penn State is the only team in the Big Ten that's 4-2 in the league.
I forgot about that.
Or 4-0 in the league.
And they lead their division now because...
Yes, they're by a game-and-a-half, I'm saying, not just a game. So I mean, all of a sudden, some things that are really possible here in terms of a BCS Bowl, a berth in the Big Ten championship game. That stuff is tangible here, but you got to also recognize that I think all 4 of these remaining games are losable. 3 of the 4 are winnable, I think, but all 4 are losable too.
Very Jimmy the Greek leg of you. Winnable, losable.
There you go.
That's why I thought Northwestern was such a critical game. If you get that win, you're up to 7-1 on the year. Yeah, these are not cakewalks, but there are some games they can still win. I like the fact that there's a record on the line with Jopo for Illinois, and that Illinois is ruling a little bit. Then at the end, it gets tough. I'm glad Nebraska's a home game for the Nits. But the fact is, Mike, if they finish up 10-2, did you expect that as the beat writer this year?
Oh, goodness, no. I was thinking 7-5, 8-4, and that's where I was. And I think I was optimistic compared to a lot of my colleagues. I think there were some people who predicted 6-6, and 10-2 would be phenomenal. And let me tell you, folks, if they go 10-2, the argument for firing the old head coach gets a little feeble, I think.
10-2 gets 3 more years up at Happy Valley for the big guy.
There you go.